No, I was really proud of our guys tonight, and they've been so resilient. I think that's like the identity of this team, is their resilience. And shoot, it wasn't an easy couple days because we were frustrated with the way the game finished against West Virginia. I could tell these guys were hurt on Thursday night. And then we show up to practice yesterday, and, Kerr couldn't go, and Tyler McKinley couldn't go, and, we've just dealt with so much of that kind of stuff. So just more adversity, and I thought they did a nice job of just finding the way tonight, and they played well. So I was proud of that, and the only other thing, I said this to them in the locker room, we had that moment there in the second half where they make a run, and, we took some bad shots, empty possessions. They seem like they're just having their way offensively, and we didn't get frustrated. We didn't get tight. We just started defending, and our defense turned to offense, and we were able to push the lead out. So I thought that was a really important segment for these guys and showed a lot about their character and, how hard they're trying to do it right.
Was it just that you guys were looser today after everything that's happened? I mean, what more could happen? I mean, were demons exercised today?
I don't know. I think we have. I've said this over and over again, but we have like an unbelievable roster. It's just never it's never been all together in any stretch at any point, summer, fall. I mean, and I think you look down and like Jalen Celestine is now getting in game shape, and he's now playing minutes at the small forward position, which is his natural position, right? So you look out there and like you have a Big 12 5 out there positionally, and then you have a little depth off the bench, and I think good things are going to happen the more we get this whole roster intact. I mean, obviously we'll never have Haynes, but getting Sean back would be huge. And, then like Sincere getting off the flu, he gave us some really quality minutes, and they dared him to shoot. He made a couple shots. And I thought Keyshawn Tillery gave us a lift. Halveen's getting better. So I think just getting a nucleus. We missed Tyler, missed Kerr, but it was good to see the guys kind of play together and play with some confidence tonight.
Moustapha, I saw you kind of meeting and greeting the UCF staff prior to the game when you were coming onto the floor. Is there a little extra juice for you in this type of environment after losing them the first time around?
I approached the game the same way I approached it the first time. Just come here and fight with my teammates. So, they're really nice people over there. And whenever I see them, I just greet with them and, smile. And once the game starts, I just compete.
Coach, you said when they cut it to 6 in the second half, your approach in the huddle was kind of different. It was to be positive. Is that kind of a stark contrast to what the approach has been in the past? And did you see a big difference in kind of how they responded?
You talking about what I said on the radio?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, not as a contrast. Just, how, this group. And what I said on the radio is I think if people would just totally love this group if they got to see the way they are behind the scenes and how they work and how resilient they've been regardless of the frustration or result that they have or haven't gotten. I think people would love that. And the thing that I know about them is how bad they want it. They want to be successful, and they're so close, right, like so many times. So what I really referred to is I knew after the West Virginia game a couple nights ago when that happened, it was just really important to be positive with them as an entire staff. That doesn't mean we've been like crazy negative at any point in those situations before, but we were trying to be really positive and get these guys to have the right psyche and mentality. And then they did it. They went out and put together a couple great defensive possessions, and that turned into offense, and that's how you work through difficult sequences in college basketball games. Every Big 12 team goes through some tough stretches, and every Big 12 team, for the most part, is going to make a run every night. I mean, that's to be expected. How you handle it is what this is all about, and this group has been handling stuff pretty well, but they got better at handling it in the moment tonight.
Moustapha, how hard was it to fight through that injury over this whole week, and then you give the team, looked like 100% out there to me, 31 minutes of strong ball?
It was tough. I've been in the training room, working with Bob every single day. And, we're not, a lot of people in our team, everybody dealing with something different. But I think if I keep working with Bob every single day and just being in the training room, working with him, so I think I'll be good.
Hey, you guys know he's not 100% when he jumped up there on a point-blank dunk, and he didn't just dunk it in. That if he's 100%, he jams that thing.
Papa, what does 1,000 career points mean to you?
I mean, it's a good accomplishment, but I mean, I feel like I've been in college long enough and affecting the game in a way where I've had a lot of good teammates throughout the way and coaches that have put me in great position, and it just ends up happening just with Thiam. But I'm just happy we were able to get a win and just try to keep stacking them.
Baba, Coach Miller talked about what he saw from his perspective on the bench, and when you guys responded, they get within 6. On the court, what did you think was the key for making that response and putting the game away?
I feel like we just came together as a group. As Coach said, I feel like we got a lot of resilient guys on the team, and we were able to just get together, make plays on both ends. Like our guards did a great job of getting stops in that moment, and we were able to convert and get some good shots in transition.
What are you more impressed with, the 92 or holding the UCF scores pretty good? They averaged 83, so defensively what you did with them.
I thought our defensive effort for stretches in the first half was excellent. I really liked the way we finished the half defensively. Like Jalen Celestine had a great defensive play around the basket. We had a great Keyshawn. We had to switch, and Stillwell, who's a load, backed him down, and we were able to trap the post with him and Moo. Like, we had a couple great defensive segments there to finish the half and help build a lead. These guys know this. I wasn't happy with the defense in the second half. I was happy with how we responded in that segment, but it wasn't our best defensive effort in the second half. But we played with such confidence, and we haven't had a lot of moments where this whole thing's been together, but we haven't had a lot of moments where, guys have kind of all played well offensively on the same night. And tonight, everybody looked like they were in a pretty good rhythm that was out there. Like, that's going to happen. And it can happen more, too. Like, I don't think it's a fluke by any stretch because we have good offensive players.
As a follow-up to that question, Wes, Falks had 12 assists in the first matchup against you guys. How important was it to take away how effective he could be to get their offense moving?
He's the key to their team. I mean, and you can play great defense. I mean, I think the game winner he hit down in Central Florida, like, you can play great defense on him, and he made a shot over Baba, from 7-8 feet, leaping leaner, and he can still be effective, whether it's scoring or assisting. So the game plan is to make it very difficult on him. He needs to see bodies. I thought there were some great possessions. We'll show that on tape to the players where it wasn't just the guy defeating the pick and roll, because he's in so many high pick and rolls and side pick and rolls, whether it was Jizzle or Keyshawn. Like, it wasn't just the guy defeating the pick and roll, but it was like Moo in coverage was really good on some possessions tonight, and then the other 3 getting in the right spots to, like, show him 5 bodies and 5 guys in the stance. That was a big key. Certainly there's some strategy things that we're doing different players, but I just think the plays that you could have 5 guys in a stance in the right position early when he comes off the pick and roll, those give you the best chance. And I thought we did that a fair amount of times tonight.
Wes, is there a particular reason Jordi Rodriguez hasn't broken into the rotation more often this season?
Yeah, I mean, I think in fairness to Jordi, like, he was, you come in late, and Baba could speak to this, and you come from Europe. Like, this is an adjustment. The college basketball, even though Jordi's played at an extremely high level in Spain, the way our game's played, the way it's officiated, the style, it's an adjustment for everybody. So he went through that some early, and then he started to really turn a corner there. And I'd have to go back and look at the exact dates, but I mean, after 5 or 6 games, he started to really turn a corner in practice, maybe 7, 8. And we were trying to kind of move him into the rotation a little bit and give him some opportunity. And then I think it was the game before Clemson, he got a concussion. And that was like during the segment, we were starting to play him more. If you go back and look at it, we were trying to give him some rotations. And he took a crazy shot and got a concussion. It was so bad when he got back from Christmas break, and this might have been like 8, 9 days later, he still wasn't, like, cleared to completely play. So I thought that really set him back. And by the time he's back to feeling normal, we're into Big 12 games. So I thought that hurt him a little bit. But here recently, with some of the other crap we've dealt with Sean, he's getting some moments, and he's a really gifted player. And it was good to see him contribute tonight. I couldn't believe he didn't take that three. We ran a little baseline runner for him. I think I heard Baba saying shoot it, but he was wide open coming off of a baseline runner action after he made the first one, and I couldn't believe he didn't shoot it. But he's going to keep getting better and better.
You've kind of made reference to it with the guy's character, but what did it mean to you as these guys coach that at this point in the year, especially regarding how Thursday went, they just decided to show up and play how they played for the fans, the university, and their teammates?
Yeah, I think the identity of this team is their resiliency. Like, I think people would be, if they got to really see it day to day, would be really proud that these guys wear the Cincinnati uniform by how they carry themselves and how they go about it. I was not worried about them wanting to come out and play the right. There's not been a game this year that they haven't come out with the right mentality to want to do it right. I was worried about the hangover effect of how disappointed they were Thursday. And in fairness, we talked about that on the practice court yesterday. I don't know how much talking it was, but we addressed that on the practice court, and I'm really proud of what these guys were able to do tonight. A 20-point win in the Big 12, that's something. That doesn't happen all the time. So I was proud of that. Proud of them.
You're a point guard, so with guys like Kerr out and Buck out, has that helped in a way? Keyshawn Tillery, who had some pretty good minutes for you.
Yeah, Keyshawn's minutes in the first half were significant. I think everybody can. I said this on the radio. He's going to be an elite college guard. Elite. Like I see Keyshawn Tillery in a Final Four one day. Because he's got leadership characteristics, he's got the competitive edge, and he's got all the ability. Going through this freshman year, like he's learning on the fly, and he's becoming better at taking care of the ball. He had a couple tonight. I think they only got him for one, but there's a couple plays tonight where the ball's loose. The more experience he gets, the more he keeps learning the college game, the better and better he's going to be. But his minutes in the first half were very impactful for our team, but on both sides.